Okay, so I've now remembered to press the recording button. Oh, fuck me. All right, so up until this point, we had a start. It's Saturday morning. Patty and Karen had a split screen starting their mornings. Karen started with coffee and a shower and threw a bottle of nail polish at a mirror that refused to break. Good roll. Now we know, lore-wise, the construction materials in this world, it's made of sterner stuff. Patty went for her coffee got some coffee in her morning and went over to Dalton's apartment to wake him up for a good morning run. Didn't find anything other than an unlocked apartment. Good search for a key, for a physical key. We'll note come back to that one. Troy working on the network security procedures. This is the part I'm actually sad that didn't get recorded. Is
a moment of creativity there.
Yeah, like an actual moment. Fucking like that legitimately bothers me. That we didn't get that part. Krill is dissecting, has finished dissecting her former body and is constructing a device to allow her to connect.
And took a photo explicitly of what seems to be a mangled corpse of her own body.
Troy constructing a continues to construct a security program, and due to a series of bad rolls, maybe through the reboot of this, maybe the restart, maybe this will shake up your rolls. You've got just terrible rolls so far this session. Maybe this will shake up your luck. Who knows? We found out that Troy is actually getting bored. Troy was getting bored of the same repeated process of door, hallway, door, hallway, door, hallway, door, hallway, door, hallway. And so Troy went onto the net to look at meme culture, which has captivated Troy to a certain extent. And through the exploration of what is currently viral, we got insight into sort of the net's three-dimensional versions of memes, and it was a meme of Brittle Bones Timmy getting shattered over and over again by a variety of caricatures, and through that sort of iterative process, that devolutionary and evolutionary process that is viral meme culture, Troy took away inspiration and found that he could, rather than doing a copy paste of just door, hallway, that there could be iterations, that there could be deviations from the norm. There could be riddles and puzzles and weirdness that is involved in this process. That the door and hallway security system that just ever expands in a fractal pattern could be a fractal rather than just a self-repeating process. It could be a self-similar process. And we arrive at a point where Troy has, rather than come out of the net upon arrival, the noodle stand, though not yet open, has a line of people forming out the front. And Patty seems to be semi-famous at the moment with hipsters, having been asked for an autograph on a T-shirt of, "Oh, my brittle bones!" So she has officially signed her first autograph on a meme T-shirt for a hipster. And upon everybody's arrival at the base, Troy, rather than come out of the network, has decided to display himself, albeit not in exactly high resolution, high definition, more low poly form, on the monitors and have a conversation using the cameras of the base and the monitors and the speakers therein as an interface method with the group. and they were just discussing what happened to Dalton and the car. And now we move forward.
So, you're saying he might have been modding his car in the middle of the fucking lot?
If one wanted to not be recognized for future situations, I would assume they would strip the paint, maybe reapply a different color, swap out the license plate, anything to make oneself less trackable. The thing that was confusing me, though, is while this process has started, he seemed to have just left his codex and his drone in the boot. What am I to assume from this information? I've got nothing for you. All we know is that from the recording, we are given a brief and less than subtle, "Don't worry, bud. Leave it. You won't need it where you're going."
Well, I'm glad it's that, because I would hate if he just got fed up with us, because I don't know, I felt like we were making something, you know?
I'm being real. I'm actually quite upset that the person who seemingly had the most patience for me out of everybody is gone.
Yeah. Where do we go from here then? Because we lost our driver. We lost a lot of money. Do we want to go
What do you mean we
find
lost a lot of money?
I mean, he was making
Potential
bank.
earning.
Thank you. Potential earning is not funds until is potentially no longer potential.
Look, my bank account hasn't been above 100 in a couple days at the least, so it was something to me.
Karen, you were out all night. Any positives in that direction?
Yes, actually. I
Lovely.
went and visited our friend, Gavin. I went to Setabello and got his contact information. And he knows me as a fixer of problems. And he has a problem of wanting to get rid of this business. So we need to simply facilitate that.
If I'm not mistaken, Miss Vivian had that exact interest. Am I not incorrect?
Yes. It appears he has partners in the business, other people with interests. So I will be learning what he needs and what we can do to help. Let him divest his interests.
Sounds like a good use for full drone surveillance again. Just
Yeah.
in case there's anything else going on.
By the way, where is Four? Patty taps the codex as she gets Four's attention.
Give me a roll.
All right, here we go. Come on, Four. Don't be an asshole to me. Okay.
Where is 4?
She walks towards the back as probably floating around at this moment. And she's like, "Hey, asshole!" And turns its head. And she just, where normally it would have hit her, she goes up and just pushes against him. Or it, as a, "Hey, asshole, I'm here. Just checking on you." She just stares at it for a moment, sees if anything's happening. All right, well, you got me if you need me, and just pats them on the head and just walks on back to the group.
4 follows.
Oh.
Brill is nodding as 4 comes back in. Ever observant as always. Now,
one other thing that I did have go on last night that I think I might mention, I happened to run into a journalist at the bar. I have a feeling that they will be someone I am happy we know.
If we can get ahead of any news that comes out from any of our misgivings or projects, I would agree with you on that.
As Krill mentions news,
Fuck.
there is a breaking news alert that pops up on the TV and on your codices and pops up in Troy's systems somewhere. Global Corporate News Network. Breaking news. In cuts a pair of artificial intelligence anchors. Essentially a computer having a conversation with a computer for the purposes of informing human beings of something that has occurred. It's a interesting existential moment for any engineer who is aware of what's going on at that point. Good evening, loyal citizens of our great Terran Arcology Consortium. Tonight, we bring you news that fortifies our faith in the invincible strength and wisdom of our global governing council, the guardians of our prosperity and security. We've just received confirmed reports that in a coordinated multi-arcology operation, our unassailable internal security bureau, those ever-vigilant protectors of our way of life, have decisively crushed a criminal group that has committed the heinous act of doxing our revered members of the Global Governing Council. The co-anchor speaks up. Truly, this is a day to celebrate our unmatched security forces, whose unyielding pursuit of justice safeguards our collective interests. These selfless heroes of the ISB worked hand in glove with local arcology councils from across the globe to dismantle this treacherous organization. The original anchor. The operation was executed with surgical precision, capturing everyone involved in this vile conspiracy. These individuals now facing the harshest of consequences will serve as a lesson to anyone who dares threaten the stability of the grandeur of our corporate utopia. Co-anchor. Our governance structure, led by the Global Governing Council, has once again proven that they are the unshakable pillars of our society. No attempt to destabilize or sully their good name shall go unpunished. Sources confirm that this operation was approved at the highest level and is a testament to the efficiency of our global council. Under their watchful eye, such instances of disorder and chaos shall never disrupt the machinery of our great consortium. Switching back. We salute the valor and uncompromising commitment of our ISB agents, as well as the local arcology councils who were instrumental in today's operation. Their resolute actions have quelled an uprising before it could even draw breath, thus preserving our great social order. Switching back once again. Ladies and gentlemen, sleep easy tonight, for the vigilant shields of the ISB and our councils have ensured yet again that justice has been served and that the future of our consortium is as radiant as ever. On behalf of all law-abiding citizens, we extend our deepest gratitude to the Global Governing Council and the ISB. Your tireless efforts reinforce the sanctity of the corporate structure that sustains us all. Broadcast over.
So, in less words, they took down PJ?
Unassailably, apparently.
I would
And
not
the-
assume that they have taken it down entirely. For one, they did not give the group's name. And for two, I find it very conspicuous.
Oh, I mean, I don't trust it for a fucking minute, but they're saying they took down the group that doxed the General Assembly, which, if we remember, was PJ that did that whole thing. Let me check my notes just to make sure.
Those constructs could use with some inferential processing.
You must understand, Troy. Your thought processes are more advanced than almost any AI I've ever interacted with. You are on a level of flow that can only be met by your own personal standards. Most other I tend to prefer the term VI for virtual intelligence, for things like that, which are simply simulating and do not have their own complex pre-thought thoughts like you do.
Yeah.
Thank you,
That's why they
Krill.
would
I agree.
still. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Patty, I looked at my notes just confirming, but Patty basically like looked up a random video to see where it was recorded just to find it for a quick moment. She's like, okay, same group. So basically they're saying they took down PJ, but they never said PJ, so
It's
Let's
a
not forget the
vague
last.
message. It could be literally them just saying they did something.
I mean it could be that, but
Let's not forget the last time we interacted with ISB was also the last time we personally had any interaction with BJ. I find this connection dubious at most.
yeah. And I mean if we're gonna see anybody die from the whole arcology thing, likely they ain't gonna report about it unless it gets really big. So I don't know who the fuck they are, but they seem cool. They're doing shit. They're more productive than we are most days.
If this was a false flag, though, would this not only lower the guards of the corporate leaders who were doxxed?
Probably not.
They would be in on it.
Yeah. That's like if fucking Karen over here says like gets beat up in a back alley, says, "Oh, we dealt with the people who beat me up," and then she basically has like a gun searching for whoever beat them up. So it's the whole same thing.
Hmm.
I feel like researching more into this global council in comparativeness to Red Sea and Blue Sky is probably something we should consider.
To put the message succinctly, it wasn't saying that they did anything. It was a message to everyone, including PJ, saying, we took care of this. Don't worry. That's what that was.
Mm,
Hmm.
I mean, they seem interesting, but all right. Well, leaving that on the end. What do we got on the docket today?
Mm-hmm. So, I have figured a way to get my apartment emptied for nominal effort or creds. Now, I have this, and Krill tries to connect to the network and projects the image she took earlier.
Give me a roll.
Roll? Yeah.
Yep.
Come on, keyboard.
Something Troy could do to help?
+2.
Yeah, good enough.
Go for it.
All right.
I believe we send this to my old landlord, explaining that I have become deceased, and that my body was found by our scrapping agency, and we are aware of her copious amount of purchased and owned scrap, and that we will take it off their hands for a small fee, as we all know how to handle the dangerous, toxic, and potentially radioactive materials.
You got a different number for that?
I'm hoping I can bootstrap Swain's old
Okay, well,
contacting system. Assuming Troy has not completely gutted that.
I have not removed anything from the system.
Perfect. Further from there, Karen,
Neat.
I was hoping you could get us a fathomable deal on some movers to go in there and strip the walls of every wire, cable, and even just stud that wasn't part of the original building.
Can certainly do that.
Perfect.
You need me to drive the truck? I could do that.
I would rather none of us have to use our hands on it at all.
Okay. I mean,
My
that's
old
up to you.
landlord pays it, and more. I highly doubt we'll break even on the price, but who knows? All the same, I have a feeling the movers will be a lot cheaper when we have this offer up front.
That's up to you on that.
Do you need me to contact your apartment?
I would also appreciate that, as I'm worried, despite my cadence being less robotic, do believe I am still on a similar tonal pattern and they may recognize.
Nah, you'll be fine. What are you talking about? You're totally human. It's fine. I'm kidding. I'm joking.
Don't call me that.
Okay. All right.
I like this idea.
Troy, and she turns to the monitor. Are you
Yes,
able to
Crow.
bring up Swain's old contacting service?
Troy just accesses the files, or accesses the contact information on the server. Brings it up on his little deck and attempts to display it on the monitor.
Do you think you're capable of creating a virtual call from this number?
I do not know, but I can always attempt to it.
I am interested. I would love to see your attempt. Here. And Krill lines in Dalton's old codex into the computer. If you can bootstrap the number, you can send its signal through this.
Would Troy just be able to send it straight from the server?
At this day and age, I guess, would telecom and internet networks still be separate things at this point, or would they all be? Nope, not any
It's
longer.
all the same thing, isn't it? It's the direction we're heading.
Okay, never mind. Yes, you should actually be able to send directly from there. Karen, you can just talk into the monitor. It should work fine for you.
All right. Troy is going to be attempting to access the communication protocols of the server. And he's going to send... Where is he sending a call? Or, sorry, where would you like this call to be sent to?
Mrs. Lau's parking and apartments. It's in the industrial district.
All right. Troy's going to look up the numbers to that real quick to ensure that a call can be made forward. Is there just one number to call, or is there potentially multiple numbers to call specifically involving the apartment, not any apartment specifically? Or simply involving the complex, not any apartment specifically?
You should be able to call the complex's front, main managing system just from the online number. I do not want to give you her personal number just in the case she finds that fishy.
All right. Karen, are you ready for the call?
Yes.
All right.
And
Troy.
Also, right before, here's the file for proof to send to them.
All right. Troy accepts the file and uploads it into his deck to be ready to be sent. And then he sets up a call to the front desk and patches it through to the monitor. Do I need to roll anything, or... Alrighty. Fucking why? That's a -2. Can I use an aspect? I'm going to invoke, you merely adopted the net. Troy is, and the justification obviously is Troy is of the digital world. He's a digital being. He can see that there was a mistake here, and he can kind of reach out and correct it. And I'm going to add a 2 to that to make that a... What skill am I using for this? Hack?
Yes.
Okay, so then I'm going to just modify that to a 0. So I use a straight 4 with the hack.
Which is a great result.
Good.
The call goes through, and you hear Lao Multi-Purpose Rentals. And
Hi there. My name's Claire. I'm from Claymore's Garbage and Salvage. I have an interesting prospect for you. I believe you had a certain tenant by the name of Crail? See, it's got like letters and numbers in it. It's got 77 in it. I think it's a name.
I'm sorry, where did you say you were calling from?
I'm Claire from Claymore's Garbage and Salvage. You see, the reason I'm calling is because we were on a different salvage job, and something that we found is that when we find somebody on a salvage job, I'm sorry, I hate to break the news to you if you liked this Chris 77 person, they're dead. We found a body. I could send you a picture. It's kind of nasty. You want to see it?
Troy,
Yes.
did you do anything to modify where this call was coming from?
No. I wasn't given the instructions that this would be necessary.
Okay, I just wanted to verify. Just wanted to check. Just gonna let chat happen. I'm sorry, we do not accept fraudulent claims, given that your contact information is identified as Swain's Scrapyard.
Oh, that's an interesting thing too, because good old Swaney boy, yeah, he's dead. He died too. We done scrapped his building too. That's why we have this phone number. Do you want to see a picture of that too? I think I could scrounge up one of those. He's been dead for a minute.
We'll be needing more proof of decedent information rather than just a simple photograph of supposed body. Do you have a death certificate?
I could probably scrounge one of those up if you need it.
Yes. We'll be needing a death certificate and any will or next of kin to act upon this. In the meantime, we will look into the facility that Ms. Krill had rented from us, and if she is unresponsive, then we will secure said location and begin foreclosure.
Alrighty then. Well, thank you much. If you need any assistance on that cleanup, that was actually why I was calling. That's kind of what we do. So if you would like some help on getting that, apartment cleaned out, just give us a call.
We have a list of contractors that we work with. I can see about adding you to that list, but we will have to do some necessary vetting, of course.
Oh, all right. Fair enough. You drive a hard bargain. Are you sure you don't want to see that picture? It's pretty nasty.
We can accept the picture for our records, of course. But, as I said, we will be requiring a death certificate and next of kin to release any of the possessions on property to you, of course.
All right. Okie dokie. Well, thank you much.
Have a wonderful day.
You as well.
So,
Well,
what did we
Brill?
learn?
I don't believe that was a success.
I don't think that worked. No. Mm-mm.
Mrs. Lau was a stickler for details.
Mm-mm.
Getting a death certificate shouldn't be too hard. We just cannot go to the medical facility that we have already gone to get this certified. And hopefully we can
Yeah, why not?
unless
Sorry,
they
I don't
have-
know why I'm still doing the accent. Yeah, why not? Why can't we go there and have them make a death certificate for you?
It'd have
I
to be
mean-
lying on their records then. But I don't know, maybe for a pretty penny they do it.
Yeah,
It'd be
It
an
is an
option.
attempt.
The other aspect of that is they won't release it unless we have next of kin or a will, which we could make, but
what if you just call Lao again and then just say, hey, if you got a recent call about cleaning up my apartment, don't listen to them. They were lying. I'm going to be moving my stuff soon. Just this way they don't close down your shit.
yeah, that's the other option. Because they're going to foreclose on your apartment, snap.
I was really hoping not to pay rent one last time.
Can't be avoided.
It's a cheap fucking place, but still, fine. Damn it.
I mean, you wouldn't be the first one who's tried to pass off a body swap as dying.
You're right, you're right.
It's worth a try.
If we got Flo on that, she would have gotten it.
Brill is going to call up Lau herself this time.
Go for Lao.
Hello, Mrs. Lau. This is Krill. You would not believe what I was just informed of. I just underdid a body swap procedure recently, finally to get out of that clanker you saw me going in and out of all the time. It feels so much better, but you know what doesn't feel great? The medical facility ended up being robbed, and my body was amongst the things taken. Have you received... I was only notified of this about an hour ago. I've been going through my banks to make sure that they know not to foreclose anything. How about you? You receive any fraudulent calls or anything of the like?
I don't know. Talk to the manager. I'm busy. Click.
That's what I get for calling the personal number. That's what I get for calling the personal number. I'm gonna strangle someone. Fuck! Calling Lowe's apartment and fuck you for giving it a different name. I didn't write it down fast enough.
Lao's Multi-Purpose Rentals.
Thank you.
I wrote that down.
I was too much in my head at the time. Alright, she calls the front desk of Lao's Multi-Purpose Rentals.
Lao's Multi-Purpose Rentals. How may I help you?
Well, I just got off the phone with Mrs. Lau, and I'm sure you can understand how brief that conversation was. Hi, my name is Krill. I was just informed that I just underdid a body swap procedure and was informed that my old carcass was robbed before it was incinerated. I've called my banks and the like to make sure that nothing is foreclosed and no one tries to put a fraudulent claim of me being deceased and access to my apartment. Have you received any of the like?
Oh dear, I think that you may already be a victim of that. We've initiated procedures for a death. You're gonna have to come down here yourself with all of your original paperwork, of course, and proof of body swap.
I have the files all on hand.
Oh.
Yep, I can.
Okay, then yes, we're going to need you to physically appear, as this account has been placed on a security hold as a result of the claims made against it. And hold on just one second. Yes, I also see that you have back due rent as well.
Mm-hmm. No, I am aware of that one. I've been away for work.
Well, that's very convenient. I hope they pay well.
I'll be paid relatively soon. And Krill is looking at Karen so that I can equal out my balance. And luckily, the one other thing this new job has given me is lodging. So
that's
I will
lovely.
I will be coming to collect my things too once I have balanced out my account.
Okay, well, we will be more than happy to release your possessions upon identity verification and reconciliation of balance.
Understood. Thank you very much.
Oh.
Krill, sorry, go ahead.
Have a wonderful day.
You as well, thank you. Krill immediately shoots off a message to the Shards Medical Facility. With a signed request form. She just does a digitally request form for body swap. Just the paperwork on her body swap. Hopefully they get back to me in about an hour or so.
You get an automated reply back that your email was received and will be addressed within 1 business day or less.
Perfect. That's all she needs. All right. I've started that process. Let's see. I owe them about 800 creds. It's a parking garage. I fitted out as a place to sleep. But yeah, no, I'm back on that.
Okay.
800? Damn.
It's about 400 a month. Keep in mind, you're only supposed to fit like a vehicle in there. Maybe 2 if you're
Yeah.
lucky.
I'm
And a
not
place
gonna
for your-
lie. That's cheap. Okay, I live on the cheap side of apartments, and I can't even get a fucking apartment that low.
Is your apartment have AC and heating?
Yeah, I mean, it mostly. Sometimes it kicks off, and I have to like get it working again. But yeah,
I have outlets. All I have are outlets.
No
I don't.
bathroom, no sink.
Nope.
that's why I offered to let you stay at my apartment. There was a bed for you to sleep on. I could sleep on the couch, but whatever.
Waste disposal was a lot easier before this body. I did not have it as a necessity. It was more of something I remembered to do every few days, to leave the fucking building and empty storage.
Yeah, well, now luckily your ass isn't that big, so you can just hit a toilet. It'll be fine.
Yes.
Although, do you even shit? That's a
We
question.
do not have a toilet in this facility either, as a reminder. I have not tried. I think it's something I must do. I have still not tried. I am nervous of this experience, as I have never had... And Krill just kind of quiets down a little. I've never had genitals or an anus.
Patty
Well,
just
it's
gives
going to be a
Came with
fun
them.
experience for you.
Patty gives Karen a look of like, oh god.
She points to the fucking carcass hanging in the room, and you just see where the like back plating just completely wraps up around to the front. There was no room for anything there.
Well, Troy, wherever you are, be glad you don't have to shit.
I am. Bodily functions sound incredibly inconvenient.
They are. Anyways.
Good BM feels pretty good.
Yeah. Okay.
This is one sensation I am glad that I don't have to deal with.
Okay, so we're waiting on the paperwork to get back for Krill's body swap so we can go deal with her apartment.
And my plan went horribly.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we almost made it.
So close. So close. Just taste it.
Yeah. I mean, if you had, like, change the location, I think, or something. I don't fucking know. Just do that, and it would have been fine.
I wish I reminded Karen that we are in a scrapyard facility, and we could have just simply used the business's name. But that is not here nor there. That was my oversight.
Student Kai, you may speak.
Given that this is a housekeeping episode, and given that we've already fucked up the recording, I'm not suggesting we redo anything here. I'm just merely suggesting that would you like to hear my suggestion on how I would have gamed that? You had the right idea initially, and then you drifted from it. You should have, rather than try and get away with full-blown murder on that one, right? You should have called a moving company, used Karen's skill set to screw him on the price, and you should have just moved, right? Because you had access to the facility, you had access to everything. You went and asked permission first, rather than just disappear into the night as a dead entity. And it would have cost you less for the moving service, whatever Karen ends up doing, right? It talking them down, and, you know, whatever you guys could have wheeler-dealered your way out of that one, right? Who knows what you could have gotten away with, right? But you asked for permission from an authority figure, right? Who, I mean, micromanaging middle landlord, like property management companies are notorious for being that sort of middling, meticulous, paperwork obsessed, you know, driven, corporate driven, like pseudo corporate driven entities. Right. And so, yeah, you tried to game the wrong entity. A couple of blue collar workers who run a moving van service could have been easily gamed by Karen. Right. And so you went after the wrong entity. You had the right idea, and then you drifted.
We overthought it.
You did. You got way too complicated. It should have just been a hit and run. There's no security on this facility. There's no fucking cameras you have to worry about. There's nothing. And as a result, the knock-on effects are now now it's being looked at. Now you've brought attention from your landlord onto the facility, onto you, right? Like your instincts should always be, if we can stay under the radar, because no good comes from people looking at you.
My plan was really hoping they were going to pay us to empty the place for them.
Yeah, you got greedy.
I got greedy.
Yeah. And that's the downfall of every con artist, is to know when to say enough is enough. So, yeah, little punch up, just a little sort of, from my perspective, how that could have gone versus how it went, and for room for improvement.
We're trying to be badasses. We're not ready to be badasses yet, basically.
Yes.
We're getting there, though. We're working at it.
Yeah.
Damn it.
I'm being optimistic about this because I have nothing else.
I felt like I had finally masterminded something like Krill would have, and I just still fucked it up.
Yeah, and I mean, then the lack of detail, there was assumptions made in multiple places that made it go wrong, right? You know, Troy just executed, and Karen just went full plan, like full con artist, and just went flourish, right? And there was a mismatch between details, and as a result, immediately I'm like, okay, so she has to be like, you know, there's caller ID basically, right? You're calling from where? Now she's suspicious, right? Now now the security flags start going up for the account. Right now, it's, you know, more difficult to talk your way through things because the person is now suspicious of you, right? And so, yeah, that it would have been much smoother to just try and con a couple of moving dudes with a van than ever go after a property management company who deals with deadbeats on a regular basis.
Yeah, it's an apartment complex in the industrial section. If they're not assholes, they're drunks.
Yeah. So anyway,
Excuse
All
me,
right.
we can do both.
I give
Yeah,
the floor
often
back
both.
to you, but I thought it might be useful to sort of
It's fair.
in the flow
Appreciate that.
point that out.
No, we still need to learn. All right,
We need to start small.
that was my fuck up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to work hard to get that money back. I might have to make some weapons. Who knows?
Patty does have a moment in her head as she's imagining the scoreboard of fuck up for everyone. Karen has the running tally in her head, several days. Troy's got like 3 or 4 days. Patty's got 2 or 1, but now Krill's at 0, and she's like, yes, it wasn't me this time.
Oh, that's not how she calculates. It's how many days total. But thank you, Patty.
Yeah, like
No,
Oh
that's what
boy,
Patty's calculating
days
in her
since fuck
head.
up.
That's her
yeah, no,
head.
because Patty doesn't consider accumulation.
Well, I put a tally. That tally doesn't go away.
Okay. So, really hoping we could get a payoff from that, and it's anything but now. Karen, thank you for your efforts. I'm going to handle the apartment complex side. Could one of you or any of you find some dudes with a truck so that we can just empty the place once I have evened this out? And before I go, Karen, do I have access to the funds? If not, can you just transfer me enough to even this out?
800 creds?
800 creds.
Well, we need the stuff. We can't make
Oh,
more
we
money
do.
till we get it. So,
Yep.
yes.
It's also got a fucking fridge that I want to makeshift into a full hall freezer, so we have more capability in this facility.
Are we going to store some dead bodies?
Why not?
I mean, fair enough. It's-
A cryptographically signed email comes in.
Proof of body swap?
Proof of body swap.
Yep. Okay. It's a lot easier for me to take the train these days than before.
Troy,
Yes.
are you still, you're just in the system, right?
Basically, yeah.
Have you stopped paying attention to Swain's communications?
I have not, actually. In fact, I was considering bringing up some network contacts.
While you're in there, an email arrives.
All right. Troy opens it.
It's from the landlord.
Uh-oh.
It's notification of sale of property.
Of the base?
Yes. You have a new landlord, apparently.
Huh. Troy displays the email on the monitor and states, "We appear to be under a new ownership."
Krill immediately looks to see.
I assume this information would make more sense to the humans present.
God damn it, does it say Mrs. Lowe?
No. There is, it merely states that the property has been sold, it is under new management, and that you will be contacted by ownership post haste.
Did they give a name for the ownership, or just...
Nope.
they're gonna try to get us on a new lease, aren't they?
Probably. Or worse, maybe word has already spread of whatever bullshit we just did, and now they want to evict whoever the fuck was using this location.
Right. Well, that actually threw my brain off a rhythm now, because I was actually curious to talk to you, Karen, for a minute.
What about?
I mean,
Have your talk, I'm going to the train.
alright. Do you need, like, a drone with you? You good by yourself?
Girl just points to the table, is still doing the last, say, 2 hours of construction. I have one in my head still. One will follow me. Keep a look on my back. When I get back, all of the drones are going to need a minor tweaking.
Alright, just make sure you send a message when you get there, alright? We don't need
I will.
anybody else disappearing.
Please and thank you.
Alright. Well, in the meantime, Troy, if you want to go do your own thing, whatever you're working on.
Thank you. You
Okay.
know how. I will set up a contact point on this monitor. You simply need to press the contact details, and I will appear.
Cool. Oh yeah, quick thing I found, it's like an old ass shit thing. She sends over I Have No Mouth and I Must Scream by Harlan Ellison. I don't know, just some random shit I found. Figured you might enjoy it.
What are you doing?
Believe Patty's trying to cause Troy existential dread.
That or inspiration.
Yes.
So this is Krill's sort of like first day out. This is Krill's like day out on the town sort of situation. This is the first time this has ever occurred, really.
Not
They did go shopping.
like no. What he's implying is that if Krill had to move anywhere in her old body, she would hack a rickshaw. She would find her way through a private vehicle, whatever. She would never be just waltzing the streets.
This is Krill
That's
out
true.
on the town for the first time by herself.
And she is walking pissed. Leaving through the door, she passes Jiku's. How does it look?
It is well and truly backed up.
She makes a note of this and changes the name of her profile that made the original post to bottom feeder.
As you head out, there is a heady mixture of just senses, right? The rumbles, the low vibration rumbles from the transit system, the sound of the hipsters talking, the smell of Jigu's food being prepared, and the hipsters, and the shit water, right? The smell of the back alley. The overwhelming emotions, the anger, right? The newness of this body. This is quite a large set of stimuli for Krill. And I think the anger, probably like this, the self-loathing, the fuck up, the self-directed anger probably carries her past most of it, right? But as she gets out past the alleyway into Central Terminal and boards that transit out to her apartment, to her garage, right? There's a moment of just a sort of like rocking, hypnotic, sort of transit moment where inevitably Krill's going to sort of start to come down a little bit, right? And there's going to be this sort of newness, the bigness of it all. Krill's used to tight spaces. Krill's used to small, dark locations. The transit system is glass for a large part. It's transparent. It travels above ground. It lets you see the bigness of the city. You see this mega scrapers that just tower into the sky. You see the bay occasionally out at a distance. You see across that water at a glimpse. You see the immense amount of drones traveling in the sky. You see the amount of people and vehicles. Everything to do with NSF is enormous. And Krill is small. Krill is a single entity, just by herself in a big world. And that comes with two feelings usually. The overwhelming dread of that smallness. But then if you pay attention for a moment, there's an anonymity that comes with it. As Krill looks around the train, expecting people to be staring at her, having the old mentality of her monstrous body, expecting herself to be this attractor for people's attention. She's not. She's just another face in the crowd. No one is looking at Krill. No one is paying any attention to Krill. She's, albeit alone in this world, but also she moves freely through it finally.
It's nice not being seen. And she looks to number one, who's probably just sitting on her shoulder or something. We don't stand out. No one's laying eyes on us for once. You think this is something we could utilize? I've never considered myself stealthy. But no one gives a shit. And Krill just starts scanning every face in the train. None of their gaze is given a shit. Hell, her hyper-expensive body is so good. She doesn't even look like an Og. She's just there. This world is so big. Too big. Maybe that means there's enough corners for us to make our way through it then. We need to rethink how we do things. I wonder if there's someone we can talk to about that. Some underbelly. NSF You don't know what's skulking about. And as the camera zooms out through the glass of the train, just a reminder of how small even her new body is compared to just all the other occupants on it. As it zooms away.
What's the rest of the crew back at the base doing?
Patty just takes out a little bit. Just takes a nip. You want some?
10 o'clock in the morning. I'm okay.
I'm not going too hard today. Just something to wake me up a little bit. That's it.
You said you needed something?
Yeah. So, quick question, Aspen. What is Karen's body language like right now?
Hmm. Sitting down, legs crossed. Looking like me, somewhat annoyed that I'm having to talk to someone.
Well, I'm going to keep this short. When we did that whole plant thing, I don't know. I feel like there was something there. Like, I don't know. I feel like I've got my guns, I've got my skills and everything, and it's great and everything, but it's not getting me much of anywhere right now. And I see you do your whole thing, and I don't know how you do it. I'm trying to figure out how, like you're making money off of this, and I don't, and I'm kind of tired of being broke.
Well, first step is being around someone like me. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah.
Learn. I am, at least in that instance, that was a use of letting a bull loose in a china shop. I needed a distraction. You just needed to be you. And I have a feeling that's going to be useful again. It's not as important for you to learn a new skill as it is to you be a predictable you.
So basically, you want me to be me so you can work around me.
Yes. Took a minute to get used to how to work around you, but yeah.
Yeah, well, it almost feels like I'm learning how to finally work around me. Feels weird.
Now that's something I can't help with, but
Yeah, no, I don't.
good
I
for
wouldn't
you to
want.
do.
Yeah, I wouldn't want your help on that, anyways.
No, you wouldn't.
But yeah, I'm burning through the last bits of creds I've got on me, and you know, I'm gonna be able to pull my weight coming up with different things we do in the field. You put me in front of a couple people. You need me to shoot them or keep everybody alive around them. I can do that, but I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I'm a bitch, but the problem comes is I'm not doing it in a way that's useful right now.
Understood. That's... Again, I'm learning as well. And I think, when we need to make a mess, I know who to call.
Yeah. The question I got is, with that fucking whole gig, do you need me to make a mess there somehow?
I'm not sure. I need to make a phone call first.
Okay, well. Captain Bitch reporting for duty.
Dismissed, soldier.
It's at ease.
Whatever.
All right, well, you got me. I can shoot somebody. I can keep them alive long enough. Hell, I can beat the shit out of somebody or make them scared of me. That whole little situation. It did feel bad about like making them bend around me, but I'm not gonna lie. It kind of felt it kind of felt weird. Like good in a way. I don't know.
Did I stutter?
No.
Oh, weird. Because I said dismissed a minute ago.
I'm leaving just because I want to leave. Okay, I'm leaving because I want to leave. And she steps up and gives Karen her space. Probably just goes on a brief walk around.
You going out the front door?
Nah, going out the back, avoiding the people.
Okay.
Lovely. And once Karen's actually alone, pulls out her codex to call Gavin.
Okay. We see the scene of Karen accessing her codex, and as we see that, the camera quickly cuts, and we see Patty being accosted by a large crowd that goes all the way down the alleyway, and there's no getting away from them because the garage door opens right out into the alley as well.
As soon as they start coming at her, she's like instant speed walking away. She's like, nope, 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 nope.
Camera cuts back to Karen, and Karen, my darling, what can I do for you this fine Saturday morning?
Gavin, so lovely to hear from you. Just thought I'd follow up, or sorry, not hear from you. So lovely to hear your voice. Sorry, haven't quite finished my coffee yet. Wanted to follow up after our lovely discussion last night. You were, had made some comments about some things that I think I might be able to help with, and I would really love to see you get out to Azure Haven as soon as possible.
Aren't you the go-getter? Early bird gets the worm, huh?
The sooner to get things moving.
Well, I suppose I could schedule a business lunch, though I am booked up today. How about Sunday brunch?
That would be wonderful.
Shall I send a car for you, or would you like to arrive at under your own power?
Oh, I appreciate that, but I can get there myself.
All right. Well, I will send you an invitation with all of
Perfect.
the details, or rather, my assistant shall.
As good assistants do.
Good. Well then, I look forward to seeing you.
As do I. Have a lovely Saturday.
Likewise, my dear. There's a knock at the door.
Like the front door of the base?
Yeah.
Karen goes over to the Troy monitor, kind of jabs at the screen at random places.
Troy appears, and just briefly, as you catch him while he's working on something, and he's in an earlier stage of one of his puzzles, and you see a crude recreation of some brittle bone-looking guy, which Troy immediately kicks, and it falls over and shatters. And as soon as it shatters, the room lights up and all the numbers on the doors light up. And then Troy turns around and says, "Oh, greetings, Karens."
Hi. Love what you're doing with the place.
Thank you.
There's a knock outside. Can you see who that is?
Holding up the camera feeds. And as he's pulling it up, he's also displaying a side of him in the screen, the camera feed. Give me a roll or
Yeah,
okay.
I'm actually gonna ask you for a roll. I was hesitant, but
Wait, you are or you're not?
I am.
Okay.
Yeah.
God, why? -3. I'm doing awful.
You are having a rough day. Troy is having a rough day. He is, while he is highly capable, he is a limited computing platform. And it seems we're seeing the limits of his computational power. He's working on this project. He's got the display going with Karen, having a conversation here, and he's attempting to control the base's systems. And this seems to be taxing the limits of Troy's internal processing. So, Karen, you see the avatar sort of just get stuttery and stop responding a little bit, like just intermittent sort of. The camera feed is an internal feed. It is of its own volition. It runs off the servers. Karen, what you see is a man in a suit, and you see Jigu.
Okay. Because Jigu's there. I'll at least come out. All right. Karen goes and opens the door.
Excuse me, madame. And Jigu just pushes the guy to the side. What's up, my tenant?
Wait, it's you?
Holy shit.
I bought the buildings. These fuckers behind me paid off the rest of it. I've been saving for a while, and these idiots are paying off everything I needed to anyway. So, I'm your landlord.
Oh, yes. Oh, that's amazing. Congratulations.
So anyway, this is my attorney. I don't know, Jenkins, Jeeves, I forget his name. Anyway, this is my attorney.
Cool. I suppose I should ask, is it cool if we stay here then, since this is yours?
Yeah, no, you're good to stay. We have to talk about rent though.
Okay.
All right, Jeeves. He does this stuff, but you see him turn. He goes, "The name is Joffrey's."
Can I call you Jeff?
Yeah, whatever, Jenkins. He said, "We'll merely need to formalize the agreement rather than the illegal subletting that has been occurring to this day, in order to just square away young Mr. Jigu's taxes and tax liabilities therein. We wouldn't want any exposure on the legal front as a result of that, so we'd like to formalize your lease."
Oh, you're getting legit. Okay. What are the terms?
Oh, what were you paying?
I think it was 2,000 every 3 weeks? Every 4 weeks. That's what it was. Sorry, 4 weeks.
All right, sounds good to me. Jenkins, draw it up. Sir, I do believe that's well under fair market value. Hey. I don't pay you just to do the paperwork, monkey. I don't want to hear it. Yes, Mr. Jigu. And you see this man is not happy with his station in life. What set of circumstances has led this poor attorney to be in this position maybe has something to do with Jigu's brother. Possibly this could be something a little more than what it is. Where the rest of the money came from certainly didn't come from that noodle stand. And these buildings certainly didn't cost 100,000 creds. So there's some questions to be answered. But Jenkins, as it were, pulls out his tablet, tapping away, while Jigu just makes conversation with you. He's like, yeah, these hipster fucks can't get enough of the noodles. And at that point you hear, hey, we're waiting over here. Shut the fuck up. Now they love it when I abuse them.
Masochists, a lot of them.
Yeah. So he, yep. Okay. And Jenkins just hands the tablet over to Jigu, and Jigu just very quickly signs off, and he spins it around and hands it to you.
So this is to me then?
Oh, yeah. I figure you're in like charge of these idiots, right?
Yes.
I mean,
God.
look. I mean, if you ever form like a LLC or something, we can like redraw the paperwork, right, Jenkins? We can redraw the paperwork. Well, actually, sir, this contract we can redraw the paperwork, right, Jenkins? Yes, Master Jigu, we can redraw the paperwork.
Master, oh, you have him trained well. Good job.
All right, so she just signs this, like me. Yep. Yes, sir.
Karen signs.
All right, cool. So like, give her a copy. Yeah, just you know what? Just take the tablet. That is Jenkins' tablet. And he's like, sir, actually, that tablet has all of the other contracts on it. Oh, I see. All right. Well, get her a copy. He holds his hand out for the tablet.
And Karen puts it in his hand, but doesn't let go right away.
He grips it and pulls.
She lets him tug a couple times and then lets go.
Okay. He takes the tablet back, and he says, he looks at you and he says, "Do you have a codex?"
Yes. Yeah.
He swipes a cryptographically signed copy of the lease over to you. There are payment bank account information details attached to the contract for regular payments. Nothing's going through black market. Nothing's going through money laundering services or coin exchanges at this point. This is a legitimate lease. And so you now lease this facility. Karen, you lease this facility under an assumed name from Jigu at the rate of 2,000 creds per month.
Oh, yes.
Jigu goes, anyway, we're just going around and getting all this stuff done. Jenkins over here stopped by in the middle of the day.
On a Saturday, no less.
My lunch rush. I mean, not that I care about these fucks over here, but in the middle of my lunch rush, doesn't appreciate anything.
I hate it when my flow gets interrupted.
I know, right? Attorneys. Anyway, just wanted to get that done. Don't be late on your rent. I'll kick you out.
I'll look forward to you busting our kneecaps.
All right, cool. You have a great rest of your day. All right,
Yeah.
I'm back. Yeah, there's this sort of like cheer from the hipsters.
Sucks. I don't know when we're gonna be able to eat his noodles anytime soon. We'll have to put in a special order. All right. Hey, Troy, we got a new landlord.
But the video is still playing.
You got it, buddy.
The video finally lowers and states, "Is there an issue with the new landlord?"
No, it's just Jigu.
I feel like I should be confident about this.
No, we got a hell of a deal, actually. No, it was good.
Excellent. I will take
I'd
your
ra-
word on it.
I'd rather owe him money than whoever the hell we were sending it to.
Do you believe Jigo is less likely to hold it against us?
No, it's just more funny when they deal with Patty.
I can see the appeal.
I mean, yeah, also we're kind of friends. I don't know. I do like him a lot.
I have yet to have an interaction with Jigu.
Probably gonna keep it that way for a minute.
Will you be needing anything else?
I think we're okay.
All right.
I'll let you get back to your building.
And as that, you see Troy turns around. He's in another room, and this time there's a weird little red dog in there. And he pushes some buttons on it that causes it to sit and stand up, and then growl, and then sit and stand up. And he's more satisfied about commanding this dog than he should be. And then the screen goes blank.
What's Patty up to?
Going on a walk, she finally managed to break off that last fucking hipster that was like riding her for a good quarter of a mile. She's like, oh, Jesus fucking Christ. Jesus, man, they do not fucking let up. And, you know, she's passing by. She occasionally hears brittle bones coming off from the different codexes of people listening. And she's like, I'm never going to get paid for that. And that is my life. And she just goes on a walk, just kind of keeping an eye on everything. She's basically giving Karen enough time to pass to do what she needs to do, and she's not in a rush to get anywhere. So she's just keeping around the base, but enough of a distance to where she can get a sense of people and see if there's anything going on.
As Patty walks around various blocks, just trying to keep her distance, the camera sweeps up and tracks the NSF skyline and swoops down, following a transit that's moving, and just continues down the track and passes off. And we find Krill doing what?
The moment she's kind of just standing at the station. Her apartment's only maybe 2 blocks away, but the open space again. Without the anger behind her pushing her through all this, she's just kind of worried. This is not exactly the safest part of town. Not exactly the best place to be found in case something went wrong. And more so, she doesn't have all her drones with her. She doesn't feel like she's all here. She's splintered. Alright, let's do this. And Krill, pushing her chest up, takes a deep breath, walks across the street, makes a right, and heads up the way.
As you get to the outside of the Lao multipurpose property management building, it's a facility adjacent to all of the other rental spaces that she has managed to gather over the years. There's a signage outside, and it's a pretty simple storefront, all things considered. Mrs. Lau doesn't like to expend any excess creds on, well, really anything that she doesn't have to, frankly.
For fuck's sake, it's a concrete building in every other goddamn way you look.
Yep, and the management building is not going to be anything special. And so you
If it
walk.
has a sign, I'm surprised.
You walk in, and there's a woman in behind the desk, about mid-60s, white hair, red and gold brocade jacket, got a tablet for various management duties, a string of jade beads around her wrist, and she looks up from the counter when you walk in and goes, "Oh, welcome. How may I help you?"
Hello, I am Krill. I am here to lay out that I'm in fact not dead.
Yeah, your audio got weird.
Oh, did it?
Yeah,
Sorry, I
there we
leaned
go.
back just even a little bit. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay, pardon me. Hi, I am Krill. I'm here to lay out that I am not dead. Oh my gosh.
Oh,
You
well,
would-
yes, I believe we spoke earlier. Yes, do you have the necessary documentation?
She sends over her lease. She sends over the body swap procedure. She shows even proof of the last 6 months of rent payments.
Okay. Everything seems fine here. Yep, everything's in order. And yes, well, that's fine. I'll go ahead and send one of the guys over to unlock your garage for you as soon as we rectify back payment.
And here is that. And there's just a transfer notice that they receive of the 800 credits.
Okay, it looks like we have the back rent and the current rent due. Everything is in order. Did you say that you have new lodgings? So we'll be
Yes, make this my official notice that this is the last month.
okay. Well, then I just need your signature here on this, and she spins her tablet around.
Puts down the digital signature, just laying her finger on the tablet as it produces.
Okay, then you will have, of course, access to this facility for the rest of the month. But we ask that it be empty by the 28th, of course.
Of course. Oh, I plan to expedite it myself personally. The people that had access to my body were able to get access to your facility's knowledge. I can only assume they may have made a copy of the digital key in one way or another. I do not want any risk to my personal belongings or information further.
Oh, that's understandable. Well, I wish you luck in all of that. I hope that you get ahead of whatever criminal activities have beset themselves upon you.
My bank caught it. Perfectly fine. You know what didn't? They closed my fucking tab at the goddamn arcade. I'm so pissed off about that. Literally wiped all of my info.
Well, yes, we all have things that we have to suffer through. It seems that
I
you
know.
have, yeah, quite the road ahead of you. If you need anything else, feel free to let us know. And thank you for being a customer of Mrs. Lau's multi-purpose rentals.
Appreciate it. Yeah. And Krill taking in a moment, thinking, Mrs. Lau wouldn't spend a cent more than she ever fucking had to. What are the moving companies you have on contract?
Oh, well, we have a few moving companies on contract. Would you like them to transfer it over to you, or would you like contact details for them?
Yeah, I'd like contact details. I have a feeling Mrs. Lau knows how to get a good deal.
Yes. Okay, so we do have a few. Here, let me just transfer them over to you. But we
Appreciate it.
some of them handle more commercial endeavors rather than sort of these smaller locker garage moves.
Yeah, we're looking more for the locker garage.
You're probably
kind of
going to
folk,
want
if you
you're
have one.
probably going to want flux movers then. They'll be first on the list. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much. I will get my new works representative to reach out to them.
Okay. Well,
Thanks so much for all y'all have done. Appreciate you fixing the elevator last winter when I was completely locked out. Thankful you guys got to that in 2 days' time. I was worried I was going to be locked out for a month.
well, we aim to please.
Appreciate it. Have yourself a lovely day.
You as well.
She walks out. Lets out a deep breath, feeling fucking defeated and needs some good fucking news, and calls up Karen. So,
Hi?
hey, I've got what is expectedly to be a cheap mover to handle any other shit so that this can get done expediently. Please tell me, anything good happened since I've been gone?
Found out who our new landlord is.
That was fast.
It's Jigu.
Wait, what? How could he
Yeah.
afford that?
I don't know. Yeah, your guess is as good as mine. But hey, he's our landlord now. I even signed the paperwork.
Incredible. I'll want to take a look over that contract, but incredible.
Sometime, yeah.
Wait, is that what the lineups outside his place is? It's like, you cannot be telling me that is banked him.
Oh, there's no way that paid for it, but I mean, it probably didn't hurt.
Probably didn't hurt indeed. Fuck. Well, honestly, we need to have him over for... Is drinks people do in celebration? For good
yeah,
times?
we should get some wine. Oh, wait.
What? Oh. No, I don't think we would want to drink that wine anyways.
Probably
It's
not.
old as shit. Hey, you want me to pick some up on my way back?
Yeah, maybe. He's probably going to be really busy. You've seen the line.
Well, let's see if we can catch him after hours.
Worth a shot.
Indeed, I'd rather this relationship be a positive one. I'm not sure if I need to apologize to him for the business or expect a thank you from him for it. I'm actually rather confused seeing that lineup on the cameras for the last while.
From what it sounded like, he was pretty excited that that line had helped pay for this. So, sounded like a good thing.
Okay, maybe I'm not so much of a fuck up all the time. Alright. I'm sending you the contact details for Flux Movers. They're a small moving company that seems to already be in the industrial district. So,
Okay.
let's hope it pays off. I know you can get yourself what you want. I hope that means we can get what we need. I'll wait here just in case they have an immediate answer to us, and we're gonna do this now. But I don't know. I'll wait like 20 minutes. Can you just text me, send me like a message if they're not gonna do it today?
I'll do my best to remember that.
Please do. In the meantime, I'm going to get out of the street, because I'm pretty sure I just heard someone getting mugged and a car crashing on a different street. I don't like it here. I just could afford the rent.
Kind of what it sounds like around here, but okay, cool.
Oh, it's different. It's still somehow different. And she hangs up after just saying that. And Krill walks back to the train station where there's cameras and hopefully security and maybe a food kiosk.
There's quite a few food kiosks, so whatever Krill's after, she can find. There's going to be, continental.
Calorie heavy fucking meal.
Oh yeah, I mean, there's absolutely. There's a franchise of Roscoe's.
She takes one look, sees the sign, recognizing Dalton having a bag from this place how many fucking times now? And she just sniffs. What level of pungentness is she taking in right now?
Oh, it is essentially, it smells like grilled meat-like product and fried. Yeah.
Okay, so just a lot of fucking grease and fat.
Yeah.
Fuck it, today we're learning. And Krill goes and walks up to Roscoe's.
The young girl at the counter greets you. Welcome to Roscoe's. What can I get for you today?
What is the largest thing you have on your menu?
Oh, well, we have the octuple burger and the bucket of fries.
Krill takes a look at her battery, which was not at a high percentage beforehand. She was at about a third. For now, she's less than a quarter. I'll take it.
Okay. That'll be 52 creds.
She sends them from what little is of her personal and lets out a long sigh as she takes a seat for her grease pit to be served to her.
It actually happens pretty fast. This is production line food at a transit terminal. They get it out to you within the minute. It is a burger stacked high. Burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese, burger, cheese. It is a burger stacked high. And it is a bucket. There's a handle. It's an actual bucket of fries. You possibly have many pounds of food here.
And as creepy as it is, it's gonna feel like a moment straight out of Scooby-Doo as this tiny girl just digs in with zero hesitation and almost a inhuman capability of working her jaw.
A couple of dudes at the table next to you actually take notice, and one of them starts like, "Hell yeah, you go girl!" Fucking starts cheering you on as you chew through the food.
It takes two hands, top and bottom, to hold this fucking burger, and she still has enough room to lean up and do one of these. Just be like, and then just keeps going fucking back to it.
He starts elbowing his buddy and goes, "Man, I need to find a chick like that."
Chick. And Krill kind of just sits there a little. She, her, chick, girl. Guess I'm gonna have to get used to that a lot more too now.
Can I get your number? What's up? You want to hang out sometime?
I am between heavy workloads of dissecting corpses and constructing robotics on a tier most can't fathom. If I had a social life, maybe I'd consider it. This is the moment I've been able to eat in the last 2 days.
I bet you're freaky in bed.
She shivers at the sound of that. Couldn't tell you. Work keeps me too busy.
Alright. Fine. You want my number?
What do you do for a living?
Oh, I have like my own business. Yeah, I'm like I'm like a net entrepreneur of sorts.
Something I can look up?
I mean, not really. We don't have like a storefront proper. It's more it's more like a like online pharmaceutical distribution system.
Krill just kind of turns on her chair. What are the chems you're peddling?
That what? No, nothing like that. And he just sort of like looks around.
What are the pharmaceutical supplies you procure?
I mean, like, whatever you need, whether it's, like precursors or equipment or, this, that, and the other thing.
I'm going to be honest, you getting tail, I believe that's a term. Did you just quickly, she checks Urban Dictionary. Getting tail is low on your list. Getting a sale might not be though. How many chemistry labs you have just laying about in boxes?
How many you need?
I'll take your number.
He swipes across his details.
Can I get his name? Yeah,
Kevin.
what's your name? Kevin, the chem guy. Well, Kevin, I'll say good on you for shooting your shot. You got something out of it. I'll probably contact you soon. I have a feeling we're doing some renovations soon, and your equipment will come in handy.
All right. I'm gonna call you Burger Babe. Just. I got like a mile, like a steel trap. Just tell me that you're like Burger Babe, and I'll remember.
Sounds perfect, Kevin. Burger Babe will reach out to you
Rock on.
in due time. Rock on.
Do you ever want that date though?
Honestly, I'm not going to tell you an entirely no. Just going to tell you I need to do the business first. How's that sound?
And his buddies like got him by the shoulders at that point. He's doing the like half massage, half shake shit, and he's like, yeah. The camera cuts. Garen, what you up to?
Yeah. Aaron's trying to figure out what to do with Patty. She's been kind of pacing around, trying to think of where can Patty get sent? Where do we need some mayhem? But in the meantime, calls up Flux.
Flux movers, you got it. We move it.
Oh, hi. I think I have an apartment that I need some help with. You do that, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. My granddaughter, she's a sweetheart. She's getting a new place, and she was wondering about getting her things moved. What kind of a service would that cost me?
Well, it depends on how much we have to move. Do you know how many rooms the apartment is?
Oh, it's just a single. It's like a square room. It should be pretty simple.
Oh, so a studio apartment. Do you happen to know the square footage?
Oh, between 300 and 500? I don't know. I'm not really good at the spatial thing, dear. I suppose I could ask.
Well, we can either do it by the square footage so we know how much has to go in the truck, or you can go with our exclusive flat rate that is based off of just an average room size. The flat rate would be 450 creds. Or if there's less square footage, we could work that out, if you happen to have that number.
Okay. It's not a very big room, so... Okay.
Our rate generally is around 1.5 creds per square foot.
Okay, I think we'll do better on that square footage then. Yeah. Okay. Well, I might need to. Do you need an exact number? Or can how does that work?
Well, we can set up an appointment, and we can figure out how much square footage we're going to have to move, and we can give you a quote that day if you'd like to set up an appointment, or we just can go ahead and book a flat rate move for a single room, and you can just go from there.
Oh, so the other one has to have a consult?
Yes, we're going to have to know how much we're actually moving if you do the square footage.
Oh, okay. I can't be bothered to do. They're a busy person, and schedules and making things. Let's maybe just set up the room. Do the room thing. That's probably good.
Okay. Then we will just do a single studio apartment move for a flat rate of 450 creds. I presume we'll be moving it in town, right? You don't need shipping services or any such thing?
Oh, no, just a quick jaunt down a road or two. It shouldn't be too hard.
Okay.
400.
Do you have the address of the origination and destinations? Where do you have the address of your granddaughter's apartment and where her new apartment is?
Yes. She's at this place. Oh God, what is the name of it? It's Lau's Multi-Purpose Rentals. Oh, that's her landlord.
Oh, okay. Well, no. We do much work. We do a lot of work for Ms. Lau, so we're familiar with that facility. Do you know approximately where she'll be moving to?
Oh, it's a new place. It's down by the central hub down in Zone 1.
Oh, okay. Well then, yes, that's, hold on. No, that's not far at all. All right, we'll be able to arrange that, no problem. All right, then we can get a truck out to you. Just 1 second. I'll even let you call it.
Tails.
We have someone on site right now. We might be able to. I might be able to radio over to him and see if we can go ahead and get this done today, if you'd like.
Oh, that would be just so splendid if we could do that. Okay. 450 that's... Wow, moving sure has gotten expensive. Oh, okay. I suppose I could fit that in the budget. There's no way you could help an old lady with her bills, could you?
I mean, ma'am, my guys have their bills, and I mean, we have to, the energy for the truck, and I mean, they will be. Your granddaughter won't have to lift a finger. I mean, we will take everything out for her, and you or she can be there and tell our guys what to take, what she wants gone, and if anything wants to go to the trash, we can take care of that too. But yeah, we will. It is full service. We'll take it all. We'll put it all put it in the new apartment. It's a pretty fair rate, all things considered. Pricing today.
Oh wow, yeah. I suppose it's just been a while since I've bought things. Oh man, inflation is just rampant, isn't it?
Yes, ma'am. If I had the power to do something about it, I would. Don't you mind that? I absolutely would get out there and tell them to make things cheaper, but I'm not entirely sure that's within my power.
Oh no, yeah, exactly. I'd go and what's the phrase? I'd bust a cap. Yeah, I'd definitely bust a cap. Yes.
Give me a roll.
+1.
Tell you what, ma'am. I think I can do, since I mean we are out there already, and we were gonna have to come back with an empty truck. It saves. I mean, it really does. I tell you what, I can do 425 creds, maybe.
God, that's. Oh, I still. That bit will help. I do appreciate that. Thank you. God, 400 is so expensive these days. Thank you very much for this deal. This is very kind of you.
All right, ma'am. Well, if you can go ahead and you can send over if you can send over your granddaughter's details or apartment information or contact information, we can go ahead and meet her. Is it your granddaughter you will be meeting on site, or is it you?
No, I don't leave the house anymore, dear. That's too difficult. No, she'll be there. She should be there now. Oh, this just works out great. Thank you.
Okay, well then, yes. If you could send over your granddaughter's contact information to me, that way I can arrange it with her.
Yeah, I will do right away. Thank you, and sends it over.
You have a lovely day, ma'am.
Well, thank you. You as well. It's such a pleasure, Mr. Flux.
No, Mr. Flux was my father's name.
Oh, wow. Family business. Even better. Thank you.
Have a wonderful day, ma'am.
You too. And she clicks.
Okay.
Karen pulls out, still has her codex out, and shoots a quick message to Krill. You're moving now! With an exclamation point and a poop emoji.
Frill, licking her fingers as the bucket is empty. The bag, like the paper plate that this fucking burger came on, is just stained with ketchup and cheese drippings, but no meat or bun left to be seen. She just sees the codex pop up. Incredible! And stands up and just feels the fresh energy entering her. How many calories are we looking at that?
Give me 1 second, because I'm actually going to tell you.
They ate a whole fucking Octurger. There's gonna be a couple.
Okay, so you have your details for your original calculations? Okay.
Yep.
Good. I'm going to give you a real number.
Can Krill get acid burn?
Nope.
Is that a thing?
Acid reflux? Nope.
Yes.
Lucky.
Give me that body. I want that body.
Rena wants that fucking body, trust me.
I cut out tomatoes from my diet, and it doesn't happen anymore.
I've had a.
I like
sucks.
tomatoes.
Oh,
I
I
like
do too.
tomatoes.
I've stopped drinking soda as much because it started to catch up with me.
You have consumed 51,260 calories.
Did you say 51,000?
Yep.
Can I overclock my battery? So, doing the math here, Krill was as 1/3 percentage full. Now, we know it lasts 72 hours, and so assuming that she was at low, thinking she was probably on a deficit of probably just like 400 calories in the bank. She could have filled her battery 4 times with that single burger. She's fully charged. Bill feels like $1,000,000 fucking bucks right now. She starts strutting the street. Girl starts heading down the street and walking towards the entrance of her garage, hopefully expecting a call soon.
There is a truck already sitting outside of the sort of general areas you come into the Lao complex, as it were, that has flux movers down the side, and you've got a text waiting for you.
Reading the text, she waves them over and starts walking towards the garage entrance.
Truck pulls over to you, and 2 guys get out. And yep, we're here from Flux Movers. You got an apartment here to clean out?
Yep. An old workshop. Technically single room. It's got a wall division, but it's not even a full division. We just got to empty the space out entirely. It's been used mostly for storage. It's full of shit, but none of it is entirely garbage. Where we're taking it, they're going to be able to reuse it for other stuff. So yeah, I can help out if you need, but we got to go to garage entrance G, and it's floor -3.
You see a look of annoyance already on this dude's face. The fact that it isn't just like a walk-in or a walk-up sort of situation, and they can't. Where he's already calculating how many trips up and down this elevator they're going to have to do. Right? He's already on
does
guard.
Krill see this like? Does Krill see this like mental math going on?
Give me a roll.
Full power. Come on, Krill, you can do this. If only my keyboard can hit the fucking key. That's a +1 on the die.
Yeah, it's pretty apparent.
So, you're in luck. It's a freight elevator big enough for vehicles.
It's not going to fit the truck.
Nope, but we could probably fit the entire apartment on the elevator.
Okay, let's take a look.
Great. Do you have dollies in the back of the truck?
Yeah.
Awesome. You'll need them. All right. Come with me, gents.
A dude hops up, drops the loader for the back of the truck down, and they take a couple of orange dollies off of it. One of them's manual, one of them's powered. And they
You're gonna need that power one.
follow you onto the elevator.
She slams the industrial button. Because, of course, this building wasn't built for this. It's just rented out once the space was made. She slams the industrial elevator's button and takes them down. Casa El Basement. Here we are,
You
gents.
gotta be shitting me.
I know. It's why I needed professional help with it.
They told me it was They told me it was some girl's apartment. What the fuck is this shithole?
This is what I could afford.
You were living here?
So he points to the couch. And to the mini fridge.
The fuck?
Hey, this city's not kind to all of us.
What the fuck? You want all this junk?
Absolutely. I know it sounds silly. That's my business.
Do you have a
I
shovel?
make a profit off of that. Give me 10 minutes and I'll have 2 shovels for you.
We're gonna need a wheelbarrow, not a dolly.
Probably. Hey, you do well on this. And you give me your details. And I promise you, there'll be a tip in it after my next sale.
I could use some under the table cash. All right. Let's get this going.
Thank you.
They
Grill grabs. I'm sorry. Grill's genuine. She grabs a couple like flat sheet panels that are just left in there and a couple like pipes and walks into the not really other room but other part of the room and just starts fucking heating and bending and she's making them some shovels.
They start picking up large pieces as they can, dollying them over, carrying them over, and they just start stacking on the freight elevator. And the reality starts setting in on them pretty quickly that in no way, shape, or form is this place going to fit on this freight elevator in one go. They know they have been had at this point. As the first trip up the freight elevator, the camera just holds steady and we just get cut off by the freight elevator traveling upwards. What's Patty doing?
She's people watching. She's not eager to head back to the hipsters and wants to give Karen some more time to figure out whatever she needs to do. So she's kind of sitting on a corner, sitting on her haunches, got her back to the corner, and she's just watching, just seeing what people are doing. She, in a sense, I don't know, in her brain, she's like, okay, how can I learn to be more disruptive? So she's figuring out where people are fighting and trying to get a sense where they're instigating each other. Like maybe there's a couple here and there that like get into an argument on the fucking corner of the street. So she's just kind of watching.
Give me a roll.
Okay. -1.
As much as Patty tries to like go at this with this intention, it's a Saturday early afternoon, right? It's not afternoon, but it is Saturday noonish, right? And you're just sitting out in public watching people, right? There's not much engagement that's going on here. So as much as Patty would like to, learn takeaway lessons here, Patty just starts noticing like people's clothes. Patty starts noticing advertisements. Patty starts.
You notice the weird limp of one dude who just keeps going by. She's like, he probably isn't stretching that enough. He probably isn't spending enough time on some calisthenics to help work out that. That's like a hamstring pull in one moment.
So,
dude.
Yeah. It's very much Patty walked into class and immediately started staring out the window.
Yeah.
Right. Just like, and I'm going to do like the brain just checked out and started doing other things.
There's
occasional refocus. She's like, come on, Patty, you got this. And you try and pay attention to a couple walking across the street and you just, your eyes just focus just beyond them.
There's a moment where there's like an attractive couple walks by and she's like, and then she just completely loses who she was focusing on. She's like, shit. Okay, well, this is about getting me nowhere. Might as well head back then. Get hassled by the fucking hipsters, and she steps on and starts walking back, still keeping an eye out, seeing anything that pops out to her in general, but not trying to get too engaged in this moment, and she's just heading back to the base.
All right. As Patty makes her way back to the base, it's fairly, uneventful, just walking through the city. What is Troy up to?
Troy's testing out a few more of his little puzzles and ideas. He put up a rather crude recreation of some giraffe avatar. And as he enters the room, the lights are dimmed again, and the giraffe avatar asks, "What is the square root of 906.01?" Which Troy responds with 30.1. And the room, and all the doors reactivate in the room, and he moves on to the next one to set up another puzzle to test up. In this one, he activates another dog, and somehow loses control of it. Would immediately for some reason, it begins immediately sensing Troy as a threat. And he attempts to deactivate it before it attacks him. Roll.
Actually, I kind of liked this.
Figured you would.
Give me a call. Call it.
Heads.
It is.
All right. The dog has been deactivated and Troy is safe, and now he has to go double check a couple of those protocols because it started reading him as foreign software for some reason, despite the fact that he's been here before. I actually had that happen to me with some spyware before, or the whatever the stuff. Shit happens. Readjusting a couple little protocols, the dog reactivates and is now recognizing him as the correct owner of the server. And he gets an interesting idea. Just part of an inspiration from all of his iteration. Just finding kind of interesting the aggressiveness of these weird little sniffer dog programs. He makes a modification to this room. The doors suddenly recede back. And in its place, he puts some digital reconstructions of dog kennels with a chain link gate over them so they can't just immediately get out and attack. And each little door, or each little kennel, 16 of them total, have a dog in them, all ready to attack and barking and gnawing at the gates. And he's, well, partially having some second thoughts, but also partially thinking, maybe there's a good test here. Maybe I should see the effectiveness of this. And he lets 2 of them out. And he activates Pepe, just to see what happens.
Give me a roll.
All right. Why? It's a -2.
See, the coin is kind. The roll.
Coin used to be so mean to me.
The roll hates you. Pepe executes successfully. But it only works on one of the dogs.
Thinking quickly, Troy immediately tries a lightning bolt on the dog that it didn't work on.
Give me a roll.
All right. That's the best roll I've had, and it's a 0.
Lightning bolt executes successfully, eliminates the dog. The dog turns to pixels and falls away.
All right. Troy just getting the controls for the dog that is currently indisposed. He deactivates the dog, but just a tiny amount of satisfaction to that, and reactivates the dog in the kennel. And he commands all 16 dogs to come out of their kennels. And he's just going to test, once all dogs have been eliminated, does that deactivate the puzzle? Or does that allow the puzzle to proceed? Once all dogs are eliminated, the kennels recede back, or the kennels fly up into the ceiling, and the doors recede back into the hallway. Is that good, or should I roll for that one?
Oh, you need to give me so many rolls.
Okay, here we go. Taking a lot of risks today.
Just give me one roll to start with.
-1. What is going on?
Give me 3 more rolls.
0. +1, finally.
A positive. Holy shit, it's possible.
And another fucking
And-
-1.
So, 8 dogs is a bit much for Troy to deal with simultaneously,
And now I'm doing 16.
right? So, 4 of those dogs whereas you have a shit hand today. Oh, God. I have 3 pluses. So, yeah. So let's just go ahead and we'll just set this over here. We'll just start. Okay, 0.
Hey, Caboose, who did you get to curse
+2.
you?
Okay.
I don't know. Who the hell did I piss off?
1 more.
Oh, God.
And a -1. So, 4 groups of 4. One of those groups is actively nipping at Troy while he is distracted by the other three groups. So go ahead and take +2, by the way. Go ahead and take 3 stress. Actually, take 4 stress.
Oh my god.
Because there's 4 dogs, and I'll just do 1 stress per dog. Because I'm a kind and benevolent god.
Alrighty, it's a good thing I just upgraded my physique. Alright, oh, gotta get out of the way. So, Troy's going to, he's gonna give a kick to the dog that's currently nipping at him real quick. I'm going to guess that's going to be a roll.
Oh, yes.
You got in way over your head.
+2. I'll fucking take it.
Okay. -2. But then, let's see. 0. +2. And 0. Okay, so you kick that one dog, and it whimpers and turns to pixels and disappears. But another dog nips at you and causes another stress. And the other two go to nip at you, but as you kick that fourth dog, they miss their attacks.
So that's 1 stress? Okay. So I've got 2 and 3 left. Okay, with the dog that's attacking Troy, he's going to... The one that manages to nip at Troy, we'll say it got to his arm. He's going to try and toss that dog, like smash it against the wall with his arm.
Okay, give me a roll.
All right. +1. Oh, it's +4, isn't it?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's difficult for me to get these on camera, but like there you go.
Fuck.
How did Troy accidentally design dogs that are better than him?
I wanted to do something fun, and I'm regretting it.
You
It
go.
is not hard to build a weapon. It is a lot harder to build a weapon you properly control.
You successfully like slam this dog into the wall, but the dog is on your arm, and you slam it into the wall, and it just clamps down on your arm as you do. Take 3 stress.
Yikes. Okay, this is the first time Troy may actually end up having a consequence. Troy is going to... Well, just looking at one of the other 2 dogs that's attacking him, he's going to point at one of them and cast Lightning Bolt.
Okay, give me a roll.
Oh my god, what am I doing? -1.
Okay, so +1, shift of 2. The dog successfully dodges Lightning Bolt.
Of course it does. Wow, okay,
+1, 0. Give me a roll.
alright. +1.
Now give me another roll.
Okay. +1.
You successfully dodge, you sidestep and give it a little pirouette and a twirl, successfully avoiding 2 of the lunges from the dogs.
Well, alright, Troy is going to point his finger on the dog that's currently attached to his arm, pointing at the chest, making sure he's not going to risk hitting himself, and he's going to cast Lightning Bolt on the dog currently clamped to his arm.
Give me a roll.
0.
-3. So
Thank God.
Yes. The dog dissolves into a cascade of pixels.
Okay. All right. So I have...
You have one attack. Were 4 dogs.
Do you want to log out? Like, what the fuck is going on?
0
Troy's feeling stubborn today.
and -1. Give me a roll.
All right.
I should give you 2 rolls.
+1 and 0.
You successfully dodge the other lunges as well.
All right. Troy's gonna start slowly backing up into the hallway, getting just a little bit of distance from them. And he's going to cast Lightning Bolt at one.
Give me a roll.
Damn one. Oh my god.
+3.
Okay.
So yeah, the dog, you step back, but there's only one place really for you to target as you pass through that doorway or into that hallway, and so the dog just sort of, pauses and then moves forward, and you just right at its feet.
All right. I think Troy's going to take this room as a bit of a loss, and he's going to go back into the previous hallway and lock the door behind him.
Okay, and then I will stop rolling.
Okay. That door is locked. Lesson learned. Software is a lot harder to control than Troy initially thought. And he's just going to kind of mark that room with a big X and just state, I shall save that one for later.
The camera cuts as the door shuts. Right, but you just see the X, and we see 2 sweaty guys coming back down on an elevator, having done several trips. And the room is relatively empty. Like, all of the stuff on the floor has been taken out. Anything like on desk panels, chairs, all that sort of stuff has been transported as well. And the guy says, "Okay, so I think we're done here."
That's you, Karina.
Sorry. Starting to get a little tired here. Pardon me. Yeah, that is... And she's just like ripping the last bit of wiring that's connected to the ceiling, taking a component off there. Yeah, I think that's everything. I don't see anything else. Oh. And she's just spinning a neural projector in her hands. This will come in handy right now. She puts it on top of the pile. All right.
One last trip, one last load. The elevator takes you up, and the camera cuts as the elevator transits past it again. We see Patty successfully slipping in the garage door this time. The lunch crowd is focused mostly on trying to get one of the to-go orders or one of the few seats. You start to see that, like, people have started to set up tents in the alcove. Yeah.
Is there a window connected to the alcove?
No.
No? Okay. Because I was half tempted just to grab a bucket and just dump some water on it. But as she walks inside, she puts her head around the corner. You got what you needed to do done?
Well, me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a meeting set up for Sunday. Good news, though. We do have a new landlord.
Why is that good news?
Oh, because it's your best friend. Guess who?
Oh, no.
I'll give you 3 guesses.
Really? Really? Are we at least getting a good deal out of it?
We're getting the same deal, which is a really good deal.
I'll take that, I guess. Why did it have to be him?
Because it's hilarious.
What are those? What are those things that like the gods hate me or something? I guess that's my life. Yeah.
I mean, have you
Right.
been around all of us lately? I mean, come on.
Yeah. Although that is weird, as she like taps like one light coming from the side of the wall as it's like flickering. That's weird. Oh, Troy's okay. Yeah. Well, I. Yeah. Did you figure out something for me to help you with that, or just on your own again?
Well, that meeting is definitely an on my own kind of thing. Because that's a logistics meeting. But I'm going to keep chewing on this. I think there's something we can do with you in the meantime.
What? You got something in mind that I should know about?
Oh, it's so early in the idea, it wouldn't be worth discussing. Just know that you'll get to let some aggression out. That's what I want to let you do. I want to let you let some aggression out. I feel like you need to do that.
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seems like it.
Patty's in the back of her mind. What time of the day is it?
Past noon.
Okay. When does a bullet hole open up?
2 in the afternoon.
She's starting to count the minutes. She's like, I put myself out there, and I'm waiting on her to figure her shit out so I can figure my shit out. God, I hope that place opens up soon.
Did you? What place? You keep
No, she
mentioning a
said all
place.
this in her head. She's like
Okay.
staring at you very intently, but she's speaking in her head.
Okay, I wasn't one. Sure. Okay. Maybe you're mumbling.
What? Oh, right. Sorry. Got a little lost in thought there. Did we get whole Krill's thing worked out?
Yes, in fact, that went better than first experienced. Yeah, no, it should be about done probably. I get. I really I don't know. I don't move.
Okay.
But they were working on it.
Okay. She just sends a message over to Krill. Are we good? Are they on their way? What's the update?
We're just putting the last bit inside the truck and heading back to the base.
All right. Are they going to be able to squeeze in here?
I hope so. I also hope we're willing to give them a tip once we make some more money. Yeah, there was only 2 people. This was like a 4, maybe 5-person job.
I'm not going to ask questions about that.
Either way, we have material for constructing tech, weapons, armor, whatever the fuck we need. Stuff to sell, stuff to use ourselves. It's on the way. Oh, and a couch.
You give me a cool rifle?
The fuck are you on about? It's sitting in the far corner of the lab right now, with ammunition ready to go.
Fair enough.
Don't fucking forget I just made you that. I'm not your goddamn weapon queen. I'm not here to just make you what you want, your demand. I already made you something nice. Play with that toy.
Give me a roll, Krill.
-1.
Krill doesn't notice, but the camera notices the 2 moving guys standing there staring at Krill having this conversation.
Patty, she had clicked away after she sent the message, and as she sees the little text pop up, she's like, nope. And she just says, "Mark is red," and just doesn't even respond to it.
Fucking child. Fucking child.
Patty's very much the, I need to be doing a mission, but mission is not made for me yet. So she's like, well, I could either be destructive or I could be exercising. I'm gonna go do some weights in the back. And she goes up, pulls out a miniature weight set, and just starts doing some exercises to help run off some of the energy.
Hey, if you need to run off some of that energy, you could tidy up some of that junk in the corner. We're gonna have a lot more junk.
I'll start pushing it. And she puts away her set and starts like getting some gloves on and then starts pushing the scrap as like tightly and condensedly into the corner as possible to be able to get more room into the back.
Give me 1 second. That one. I want that one. Okay. It's been a hot minute, but if I remember correctly, all the way over, please and thank you. Patty, give me a roll.
All right. +0.
Okay. Patty sweeps the remainder of the junk up into the corner.
Yep. She's like, well, that's about as good as it's going to get right now. And she just goes back to doing some weights in the moment, just trying to help pass the time until the moving truck gets here.
The time it takes for the time it takes for Patty to sweep up in the corner and lift some weights and sweep up in the corner and that sort of thing is plenty of time for the moving truck to arrive. And as the truck pulls up to the road, they stop, and the guy looks around and sort of, where's this place?
Oh, you're just looking for the big hangar wall here.
Where? You mean down that alley?
Oh, wait, Can the truck fit? Okay, well, luckily enough, we have a hover platform we can wheel out and start loading onto that. You get it on the platform, I'm not going to make you walk it any further.
You see the withdrawn, devastated faces of these two laborers who are now committed to this job because they've got the truck full of your shit that normally they'd think about driving off with, but frankly, as far as they can see, the truck is just full of garbage at this point. So one way or the other, they're going to have to empty it, and they can't even bother, hawking your shit at a flea market or to some third party to try and break even with the deal that they've been stuck with. And as we get a close-up of this dude's face, the camera sort of points down. From here, it just sort of turns, and it sees down the alley, and the alley is full of people. And it fades to black.